Everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7. Today we're going to talk about our new waifu all-rounder, Wanda, whether or not she's worth it, how to get her, how to equip her, how she performed in Guild Wars, where else to use her, and all sorts of other questions. I'm just going to start off showing you my stats for her, and we'll go through some other things after. This is the build I settled on right now during free equipment removal. She is plus 15. She's 6-star. She's been that way for a while. She's only B rank. Oh, just kidding. She's not B rank. Guess what I got for my daily? She is A rank. That's exciting. Yay for flat attack. That's awesome. So she's A rank now. Cross that out. And she is sitting on a speed set with a broken set as the off. She's on 22 speed. She's got really great base speed, so she's really easy to make fast. I could make her faster, but I couldn't get the damage up there, so I decided to kind of stick with this set instead. 2770 attack, 10k HP, which isn't bad for a 3-star unit. 55 effectiveness, so kind of enough to do things in PvE, but also enough to kind of hit things in PvP. And she's on Portrait of the Saviors. I'm not sure on which artifact to use, and a couple other things. We'll talk about that a little later. But I just figured I want her to go first, and I want her to either stun or kill things turn 1. So Portrait just kind of helped with that. So that's my current build with her. Let's talk about how to get her now. First off, you're going to need something like 410 Raider runes and then 40 epic runes to be able to finish her skill tree. And as with all the specialty change units, if you're going to use them, you really should just finish this. There's no reason you shouldn't, just because, you know, they need every boost they can get, and most of these boosts are pretty great. She's got a couple fantastic ones. I don't know where they are here, but she gets something like 12% effectiveness. She also gets a bunch of HP. She gets combat readiness when she uses her skill 1, which is great. One of the reasons why I tried out Sword of Judgment on her as well. She also gets 40% chance to she also gets 40% hit chance of weak point, which helps dodge your Moonlight Dreamblade. Here she gets 100% chance to stealth after she uses her skill 3. She also gets a 50% chance of inflicting unhealable on her skill 3 as well, combined with her 50% chance on the base, makes it 100% chance. And she also has a 15% chance to grant increased speed to herself for 2 turns at the end of her turn. Also has 25% chance to decrease the skill cooldown of 1 shot, 1 kill when the enemy is targeted when using weak point. And finally, 70% chance to hit on her skill 3, which just makes it so much easier to dodge that stupid Moonlight Dreamblade evade and the A Cartuja and stuff like that. Definitely something you want to pick up. As for how to farm her specialty change, you're going to need 500 adventure points from stage 8. I did it in 8-10 black curse powder farming there. There was also some fun stuff in the shop I bought, but 8-10 is where I did it. You don't need to gift her it, you just need to farm 500 of it. Also for her badges, which I do believe you have to gift, which is really frustrating because you need those for other things, but I farmed those in 9-3 through the AP shop. I farmed whatever epic catalyst drops there. I think Heart of Hypocrisy. You could also do a 6-10 and just get them in the AP shop there as well. There's a ton of other places. I personally recommend just farming for epic catalysts somewhere and buying them from the AP shop, or just like randomly getting them as you go. That's the way I would do it. You also need 1,000 equipping crafting materials through the hunt, which I did straight, and it was a lot of fun, and I got 0 pieces of gear in my 1,000 crafting materials. So there's that. So that's generally all you really need to do for that. As for her skill ups or her awakening here, I believe you also need Fuse Nerves, which I think I got in 9-6 or something like that. World 9 somewhere, you can get these. That's where I ended up picking mine up too. As for her skill set, it's a really tough one, and I've been struggling with this, and I think a lot of other people have been struggling too. She's got some weird things going on for her, right? Like, she has a stun for 2 turns. She's also got unhealable, which is just a weird thing to combine with each other. She also has targeted. She also has stealth. So all these things kind of make it feel like you want to use her for PvP, because stunning, stealth, dodging hit chance and stuff like that, all of these really push her towards a PvP build. But I tried to use her in Guild Wars, and there was just out of like the 21 people that were on the opposing team, I could only use her against like 1 or 2 people, and she was a horrible idea to use her for. So I'm just not sure if you can really use her from a PvP standpoint. I've been considering building her pure tanky because she just doesn't do enough damage, and you need to survive counterattacks, right? Like, even if you go against a team that will never target Wanda, so you have people that are baiting their units somewhere else, the second she hits somebody and they get 1 Elbrus proc, she's dead with the 10k HP. Charles is just going to one-shot her. So it's really frustrating. If she hits a Ken, it's also really frustrating. So I've been trying to make her work, but I just can't. And I hope somebody else can, because I want her to work. I want Taylor Swift to just do a little better. And the other thing is, from a hunt standpoint, from a PvE standpoint, nothing you can really hit can be hit by stuns. So that is the other frustration with her skill set right now. And I understand if you don't hit stun, you can still hit the heal block. So something like Golem, it does help you there. Something like possibly the left boss in Hell Raid. There's a couple places you can generally use her for there, but like, let's be real here. She doesn't have the greatest set for that, and there's better options. And honestly, it just doesn't really help her much out in the PvE stage. So I'm just at a loss of where to use her. And the other thing too is everybody has immunity right now. So if you go into any sort of guild war right now, basically like 95% of the people are going to have immunity on the targets you want to hit. So 1-shot 1-kill will just do nothing. It does less damage than like anybody else at leading, like anybody like an Akali or something like that. It does not enough to kill it, even with a portrait, even with everything like that. And if you build her slower with tons of damage and boost her up, there's just way better options for that too. So I'm struggling. I'm really struggling with her, and I hope somebody else finds a way to use her. And the other problem is, if you are an idiot like me and want to use her for defense, for Guild War defense, everybody already has something built to counter her, right? There's Akali exists, Acid exists, so anywhere you use a Wanda, she's just going to essentially be worse than those two. And people are already countering those relatively easily for Guild War, and those two also get access to RNL, which makes them explosive, whereas Wanda just doesn't. So that's just my thoughts of her right now. I wish I had better news. I love her design. I love her. I'm going to try using her more. I'm pretty excited to have her skill set like this. But overall, I think she's really underwhelming. I think they really needed to give her 1-shot 1-kill. Something to help her out in PvP, because it seems really weird to make her a PvP based unit and then not have her usable in PvP. So that's frustrating. As for gearing your Wanda, if you don't want to build her this way, I feel like even if you're going a slower base Wanda, you still want to go a speed set, just because her base speed is so high. It's just, you get so much more out of it. Even if you use attack boots, just getting the most out of that is probably the best. You also have a bunch of options for your artifact. You can use something like Rosa Hagarna. You can use something like Bloodstone wouldn't heal enough. Like, there's a ton of options you can do. None are really fantastic. I was also tossing around the idea of going super tanky and just control based with Proof of Valor, because she does get a ton of combat readiness with her skill 1, which does add up a lot when you're going so many times, right? So getting that stun lockdown might be something that's worth doing. And honestly, if we weren't in this counter meta right now with Charles, with SSB, with all these bajillion counter people with ML Kens, she would probably be in a good spot. But with all the counters, you just can't build her that way, right? Another option I've tried out personally that I actually really enjoyed was Judgment. I really liked getting an extra attack in, because that does boost your combat readiness twice, and I really enjoyed this artifact for her, but again, didn't really help much in a vacuum. So that's gonna be it for Wanda. I'm gonna show you a guild war where I lucked out and got a win with her. As you can see, there were like infinite other options I could have used, and the stars aligned to get a kill with her, so that's how it ended up. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and enjoy this and Guild War here. Bye, everybody. Let's just go. Here's hoping our A Wanda goes first. She's pretty fast. Okay, A Wanda did go first. So I'm gonna go for the Ken first.
Don't take it personally. It's all the queen is here.
I was hoping that would kill the Ken. But it's fine, right? Everything's fine. Dizzy doing dizzy things, but it's fine. We've got this. I really need to kill that Ken before it gets a turn. Good. Ken's dead. Ken's dead. That's step one. Jesus, this is so much damage. Step two, let's just kill. Really? Come on. I guess I did crit when I will destroy everything. I did crit when she had mischance, so everything so far going exactly as planned. We're gonna come back here. We're going to try to bonk the, because if we get stunned here, we're dead, right? Okay, we didn't get stunned.
Leave me alone. I'm busy.
I really need to kill this A-Vildred. Ugh! Oh no, we're dead. We're dead. We're so dead. Oh, we're not dead. We're the best. Wow, he got basket too. Don't stun, don't stun, don't stun. Oh, come on. The counterattack. Or not the counterattack. The, Okay, okay. Come on. Yes. That's how you do it. GG, Wanda. Holy. What a roller coaster. Oh my god, we're gonna come out with somebody alive too. Everybody's alive. This is good. We're the best. Okay, so that should not have happened, right? Like that, I did not deserve to win that battle. The only reason we won is because the ML Ken wasn't on immunity. Like that shouldn't happen. But it is what it is. I'm gonna take my wins when I get them, and I'm not gonna argue.